When one thinks of the most important things in life, they may be quick to point out that we need food to nourish, water to hydrate, and oxygen to breathe. Everything else is optional. But what about the people that surround us every day? I'm talking about friends and our families we spend most, if not all, of our time with. Every person on this planet is born with a family who loves them. Every person on this planet develops friendships with those closest to him or her. It is a part of life. But like every teenage relationship today, they never work out as well as you would wish it had. Today we will explore our Catholic Christian theme of family and friendship in the novel The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini and William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Two biblical quotations I have chosen that underlines family and friendship are Matthew chapter 12 verses 48 to 50 and Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24. In Matthew chapter 12 verses 48 to 50, it tells us the story of family. It says, "But he replied to the man who told him, 'Who is my mother, and who are my brothers?' And stretching out his hand towards his disciples, he said, 'Here are my mother and my brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother.'" This passage is telling us that all of our closest friends are like family, as well as anyone else who follows in the footsteps of God into heaven. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24 speaks of the act of friendship. It says, "A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." This passage tells us that a man with many friends may lose many as well, but our loving friends can stick closer than family. Both of these biblical quotes capture the notion that you do not have to be blood related to be considered family, and that we are all a part of God's kingdom. Our first example of family relationships comes in the very first scene of A Midsummer Night's Dream, where we see Hermia and her father Aegeus fighting over who Hermia should marry.
"So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty."
This quote signifies that Hermia will have no man be in charge of her and her body unless it is a man she approves of. This parent-child disagreement shows us that not every family relationship is perfect. This next quote from A Midsummer Night's Dream comes from Helena, and it symbolizes friendships being broken. In Act 3, Scene 2, Helena is angry and in disbelief at Hermia because she thinks she's making fun of her along with the men.
"Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful knave, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Thus, with two seeming bodies but one heart, and will you rend our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend?"
As you can see, Helena is angry, but Hermia is confused. She's watching her friendship wither away over a misunderstood topic. Helena thinks Hermia is being unfaithful and betraying her, and that is what ruins their friendship. I bet Helena just wants to scream and shout and let it all out. But on a serious note, although it is not true, this act of unfaithfulness Helena is declaring on Hermia proves that friendships hit bumps in the road every so often, but a true friendship can repair that bump and get over it effortlessly. Another family relationship quote found in A Midsummer Night's Dream is when Hermia and her father are continuing to disagree about who Hermia must marry. After Hermia says she refuses to marry Demetrius, Theseus responds with, "Either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires." At this point, Hermia must have felt alone, and that she was going to die alone because she cannot marry the man she wishes to. This is an example of family disagreement that many families encounter in their relationships. It is important to remember, as a family, that everyone may have their own opinions, but coming to a final agreement in the end is much more suitable than battling it out to see whose opinion is the best. The Kite Runner expresses many ideas of family and friendship, both positive and negative. An example of loyalty and family in this novel is when Amir is preparing for the kite flying competition while his father is watching down on him. Baba was on the roof, watching me. I felt his glare on me like the heat of a blistering sun. This would be a failure on a grand scale, even for me. Amir began the day calm, cool, and collective as usual. But when he saw Baba, He turned into a panic. As a kid, one always wants to impress their parents, but their parents would be proud of their best efforts even if they didn't meet their expectations. Amir had to impress his father just so he would acknowledge Amir and have conversations with him. A family member should not have to make another family member proud just to have them speak with them. That is not what family is about. Baba should be proud to call Amir his son every day and talk to him constantly, making him feel loved. Do you recall a biblical quote from Proverbs? Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24 speaks of the act of friendship. It says, "A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." This quote resembles Amir and Hassan's relationship as kids. They stick together like brothers, until Amir chooses his father over his friend. Amir lost his best friend and brother because he chose family over friends. Baba held me close to him, rocking me back and forth. In his arms, I forgot what I had done, and that was good. Amir betrayed his best friend so his father would be proud of him. He ruined an everlasting friendship for a moment of pride his father took in him. Pay close attention to the lyrics in a verse from Crash and Burn by Simple Plan. These lyrics express what Hassan is feeling after Amir betrayed him. Our final quote again comes from the relationship between Amir and Hassan. With every friendship comes jealousy. One friend can do what one friend cannot. Amir handled his jealousy of Hassan very genuinely, like a good brother would do. I was the one who went to school, the one who could read, write. I was the smart one. Hassan couldn't read a first-grade textbook, but he'd read me plenty. That was a little unsettling, but also sort of comfortable to have someone who always knew what you needed. Amir was jealous that Hassan could read and was very smart without going to school, but he was also comforted by that because he could understand Amir when he needed him. This quote symbolizes friendship and family, both parts of the theme we have covered this entire time. My chosen quotations reflect the idea that not every relationship with a friend or family member will be perfect. The important thing to remember is that you love each other, and a true friend will always be there for you, through thick or thin. If things do not work out between friends, maybe the friendship was not meant to be, but the true friends will stick around for a very long time. The Bible says many things about friendships and family, but it is important to remember that while friends come and go, family is forever. My multimedia elements illustrate family and friendships through the positives as well as the negative outcomes that family and friends will encounter throughout their relationship. Some of the time, it is inevitable. Bright colors symbolize the happy times throughout the relationships, while darker, less vibrant colors symbolize the darker sides. I believe photos and videos deliver a powerful message that can make a huge difference for a person. That is why I incorporated them into my presentation. Adding in audio quotations not only allow the reader to better understand the message, they understand how the character is feeling through the tone of their voice. Family disagreement, friends betraying friends, and friends being treated as family are not only evident in the fiction world, it happens in real life constantly. I know my family and I argue, so do my friends and I. The truth is, we don't live in a perfect world with perfect friends or perfect family members. That is why at the end of every day, we can say thank you and be appreciative of who we have in our life, for they make us better people.